We are now officially just 2 months away from the official release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker by director J.J. Abrams, Disney, and Lucasfilm, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to be filled with revelations as well as twists and turns that will lead to saga-wide implications within the Skywalker saga that is truly going to reshape the entire franchise and how fans perceive the past 8 Star Wars movies that come before this one, and that J.J. Abrams has a plan in place in order to introduce new Star Wars lore, while also using this movie as a foundation to create something new and to bring Star Wars in a different direction. Now, on top of all this, we do know that Episode 9 is going to feature a handful of new Force powers, and these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very intense for Episode 9. Now, specifically, shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that both Rey and Kylo Ren are said to be holding hands during one of their flow walking sessions, where it's explained that they are shrouded in darkness and walking on a metallic bridge, where they are said to see multiple visions that reveal new revelations of the Skywalker saga. It's explained that one of the visions that is actually said to bring Rey and Kylo Ren to the world of Naboo, where it's said that during the scene both Rey and Kylo Ren are said to witness Darth Vader in his suit hovering over Padme Amidala's coffin within a building in the city of Theed. It's described to be a quick glimpse of Vader kneeling down to Padme's coffin, where it's described that a revised track of Across the Stars and the Imperial March theme are said to be combined by John Williams during the scene to add in dramatic effect for the audience. It's explained that both Kylo Ren and Rey appear to be in shock of what they are witnessing in front of their very own eyes, where that sequence that occurs before both Rey and Kylo Ren eventually transitions to a moment in which Rey and Kylo are said to see a vision of a hooded and cloaked figure on Endor, taking the Darth Vader melted helmet, where it's said to serve as a flashback of some kind in between episodes 6 and 7. The flow walking technique used in the film is said to occur in the second act of the movie. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, the thing about this is that, of course, this does indeed fall directly in line with how JJ wants to tell a little story in between the events of course, episodes 3 and 4, and of course, in between episodes 6 and 7, giving fans a little bit of an idea of exactly what happened in between those two movies. Now, what's really great about this is that we do know that The Rise of Skywalker is going to include revelations every couple of minutes in this movie. You know, even Anthony Daniels and Yunus Watamo said that the entire movie is a "I did not see this coming" moment, which really is a big, bold statement by those two guys, because the fact that JJ wants to reveal so many different twists and turns, that's really going to change our view of the franchise and reshape Star Wars as a whole, really is big, and it's a big risk by Disney and Lucasfilm, I will admit. So I want to go over the vision of how both Rey and Kylo Ren are said to witness Darth Vader hovering over Padme Amidala's coffin on Naboo. And what I like so much about this is that it kind of taps into what a lot of fans have been wanting to see for Darth Vader, is to see that side of him, to actually see him actually how we saw him somewhat in, of course, the VR video game, which was, of course, surrounded by Darth Vader in his castle and all these different missions that you go on to discover new secrets about Vader and Mustafar, etc. So with that being said, this particular scenario is said to involve Vader hovering over Padme Amidala's coffin on the world of Naboo within the city of Theed. Now, the thing that's really intriguing about this is that this could also fall directly in line with how we talked about 4 to 5 months ago, that on set they were using, of course, one of the big set pieces were Padme Amidala's coffin on set, where Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley were standing in front of it. Now, that would definitely fall directly in line with this, and makes things a lot more sense here as to exactly what's really coming together for this particular sequence during their flow walking session. In case you guys are very unaware about what flow walking really is, it's basically time travel where two individuals or one individual can essentially interact with the elements of time that's actually set in the past and or in the future that Disney and Lucasfilm want to establish in, of course, The Rise of Skywalker and into this new Star Wars lore that's going to be introduced in Episode 9. The other thing that really gets me is this cloaked figure that both Rey and Kylo see grabbing Darth Vader's melted helmet on Endor. Could this very well be Luke Skywalker or maybe even one of the Dark Acolytes? That's a big question open on the table for discussion. We do know that JJ wants to really give the fans a better idea of what happened in between the events of 3 and 4, and of course in between the events of 6 and 7, which is a big deal because of course we already know that other canon material is already exploring that, but to do that on film in a live-action Star Wars film really is massive for J.J. Abrams and Disney and Lucasfilm, and it's all a matter of how it's going to be executed depending on how it's going to resonate with fans. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.